What a beautiful Monday so far. Things are going well. Hope you're having a good Monday. Hope things are going good for you. Man, I had a great Father's Day, and I enjoyed spending a lot of time with my children yesterday. And then, of course, last night they took me to dinner to my favorite place, Captain Al's. And I love going to Captain Al's, and so we went there last night. If you haven't already followed the YouTube channel, the Facebook page, X, if you haven't already followed, I would encourage you to go ahead and do so. It really helps us as far as getting out our message. I want to talk about this for a few moments. I'm pretty sure that many of you have already seen this, but it is absolutely sickening that someone would do this to the reflecting pool there out in front of the Lincoln Memorial. And so vandals have went in, as you can see in the picture, and have poured some different types of liquid in there to form this algae, and that messed up the reflecting pool. President Trump said Sunday the work would begin immediately to fix the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. They had just done a $16 million renovation, getting the reflecting pool ready for the 250th anniversary of our great nation. And then you have these vandals that come in and pour this liquid in there, creating this algae and messing up the reflecting pool. It's unbelievable. I will say this, that there is Donald Trump put this on his True Social. He said on his True Social that there was a 10-year sentence, a prison sentence, for the destruction of property. And so I hope that they arrest these guys. And maybe I heard that they've already arrested a few, but I hope that they arrest every single one of them that was involved in this. And I hope they absolutely get 10 years in jail. That's what they deserve for messing up the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool, as they have been doing all kind of work getting ready for the 250th anniversary of our great nation. Just look at that. Unbelievable that they would be doing this, knowing that we are getting ready to celebrate the 250th year of our great nation. Hopefully every one of them gets arrested, and hopefully all of them spend 10 years in jail. And then I hope that they can't find a job after they get out of jail. I mean, unbelievable. I want to give a shout out to our amazing teachers. Right now, many of them are on summer. Of course, some are working with summer school. My daughter attends summer school, and she goes Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And so getting some good summer help. And so, I mean, people do it in sports. They have basketball practices, baseball practices, football practices, cross-country practices. And why not do some summer school as well, getting ready for the upcoming year? And so I just want to say thank you to our amazing teachers. And so I know this was for Teacher Appreciation Week, but every week we should be celebrating our wonderful teachers. And so I do appreciate them very much. On Mondays, and sometimes it can be a tough week, or a tough day for many. But I love Mondays. I enjoy Mondays. It's a new week, a new opportunity, and I think that we are to be informed, we are to be involved, and we are to be the difference. That are to be every one of our goals as Christians and as Americans, and that is to be the difference. Don't just sit on the sidelines, but be informed. Know what's going on. Know what's happening in your community. Be involved. Be engaged in what's happening in your community. I want to give a shout out to our supervisors in Harrison County for the remarkable work that they have done over the last several days whenever it comes to the flooding that has happened in Harrison County. I want to encourage all of you to pray for those in Stone County. I know Stone County was hit hard. I saw a video earlier today where a gentleman was on social media talking about how they were having to get a lot more information from people that were coming and getting help, because some people that were coming to get help actually didn't need any help. They were just coming to try to get free stuff. That's a shame that people would do that. If you haven't already followed our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, I would encourage you to do so. A friend of mine, Ron, and I have been working on several things over the last couple of months. We've been working together for many years whenever it comes to getting good conservatives elected, into office. We have really been looking at 2027. 2027, you're going to have every House seat in Mississippi is going to be up. Every Senate seat in Mississippi is going to be up. All 8 statewide elected officials are going to be up for re-election, or they are termed out. In Mississippi, our governor, Tate Reeves, he will be termed out. He has served 2 terms as governor. The Lieutenant Governor, Delbert Hosemann, he will be termed out. He has served 2 terms as lieutenant governor. Now, Delbert Hosemann is going to run for, from what I'm hearing, he's going to run for governor. Tate Reeves will not be running for anything, at least at this time. He could come back and run for U.S. Senate later down the road, but from what I understand right now, he's not going to be running for anything. He is termed out. You have our state auditor, Shad White, is going to be running for governor. Our Attorney General, Lynn Fitch, is going to be running for governor. Andy Gibson, our Agriculture Commissioner, is going to be running for governor. So you have a lot of different people that are going to be moving, running for different seats. And our Secretary of State, Michael Watson, is going to be running for lieutenant governor, which I think is a wise move on his part. I'm hearing that Tommy Duff, who is a businessman, the wealthiest man, he and his brother in the state of Mississippi, are going to be running for governor. I love the idea. And so I like the idea of having multiple candidates for lots of reasons. And so, one, you really get to look at a lot of different ideas, different perspectives, and I think that's great. I think it's good for Mississippi. I hope that we have several people that are running for Secretary of State, several people that are running for a lot of these different seats, so we can get a really good look at different candidates and different ideas, and I think it's a good thing. Especially in Mississippi, having a strong businessman, I think is a wonderful thing. And so, there's a lot of good things happening, a lot of good things coming down the pike. And so I just want to, and I'm going to be talking about this over the next several months and leading up into next year, going all the way to August, just trying to get people to be engaged and know what's happening and know what's going on, because I think that it's important. One of the most important things that we need candidates who are pro-Constitution. Listen, a lot of people will stand up and they will say, well, I'm pro-Constitution, I am for the Constitution, and they don't even know what it says. They've never even read it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't read the Constitution, then you are not pro-Constitution. You can tell me you're pro-Constitution all day long, but if you don't know what it is, let me just give you an illustration. We have 82 counties in Mississippi. All 82 counties have a sheriff. Every sheriff is going to be up for re-election. Now, in Hancock County, there's an election going on right now for sheriff. Their sheriff is having to retire, and there are several men that are running for sheriff. And so, whenever you look at a sheriff, you want a constitutional sheriff. He is a very important person in your county. And so, whenever you look at the sheriff, one of the questions you need to ask is, are you a constitutional sheriff? Are you for the Constitution? And whenever he says yes, and of course they're going to say yes, and say why. And have him explain to you what it means to be a sheriff that is pro-Constitution, a constitutional sheriff, asking what it means. We need people that are pro-America, that are pro the United States of America. And whenever you look at these states, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, Florida, you want to elect people that are pro your state, right? I don't want somebody in Mississippi that's trying to send all the jobs to California. I don't want somebody in Louisiana that's trying to send all of the jobs to New York. I want people in those seats that are trying to attract people to their area. So I want them to be pro-Constitution. I want to be pro-America, but I want them to be pro their state. And so you got to look at every bit of that. And unfortunately, a lot of people, all they look for is the name that they recognize. So they recognize the name, and all because they recognize the name, they say, well, that's what I'm going to vote for because they recognize that name. No. You have to dive into the candidate. Dive into each individual person. Know where they stand. Ask them. Don't just say, have you read the Constitution? Ask them what the Constitution means to them. What does the First Amendment mean to you? And then, of course, go throughout the Constitution, which I think is important. I'm going to tell you another area that we really need to be paying very close attention to, and that is the area of limited government. I am sick and tired of electing people, sending people to Baton Rouge or Jackson, or sending people to the courthouses or to city halls or to D.C., and they tell us they are for limited government, but they don't even know what that means. They go, and as soon as they have the opportunity to vote, for something or a bill or a resolution or something that is going to expand government, they go and vote for it. That to me is unbelievable, and that shouldn't happen. So we need to elect people that are for limited government. Ask the questions. What does it mean to you? Are you going to vote to expand government? Are you going to vote to expand the deficit? Are you going to vote to expand, government control, more red tape? No, we need people that go to D.C. We need people that go to Baton Rouge. We need people that go to Jackson with the intent of cutting red tape. That is what we need. We need people that are for limited government. I got a question for you. Are you for limited government or are you against limited government? For most people, they would say, I'm against expanding government until it benefits them. The moment it benefits them, they are for expanding government. I get so sick and tired of these government agencies or government bureaucrats, whatever it is that you want to call them, that are looking for opportunities and ways to choke out expanding the liberty of its citizens. I am sick and tired of these government agencies or these elected officials that are looking for ways to constantly vote to expand government. We need people that are going to be voting to expand liberty, not government. We need people that are looking for ways and opportunities to cut red tape, not create more red tape. If you look at an elected official and they are voting to expand, we definitely don't want to elect them into another seat that's going to give them more control or more power. We need to be looking for ways to get people in that are for limited government, that are not looking for ways to expand government. I don't want government to expand. I don't want more taxes. I want less taxes. I already pay enough in taxes. I don't want to pay any more taxes. I don't want to give our government any more money. Listen, my checking account is more important to me than the state's checking account or DC's checking account. And so we need people in office that are looking for ways to expand liberty, not expand government. The expansion of government, we already have enough of that. We need people in office. Listen, we need state senators and state reps that are looking for opportunities to cut red tape, that are looking for ways to cut taxes. We need people in D.C. that are looking for ways to keep more of our money in the United States of America and not sending $80 million, $100 million to these foreign countries that hate America. Why are we sending billions of dollars to Iran for some peace deal that's never going to happen? It is not going to work. It is not going to happen. You can send Iran $1 trillion, and they're not going to ever be a peace deal until the tribulation period, and we'll get into that later on. And so we need people that are looking for ways to expand liberty, cut red tape, cut taxes. I don't want to raise taxes. I saw in California in November they're going to be voting on a bill that they have over like 200 billionaires, I think, in California. It is going to be a 5% tax. 5% tax on these billionaires. That is not limited government. That is expanding government. And so if I was those billionaires, and I guarantee they are, I'd be looking for opportunities to leave California as soon as possible. I'd be coming to states that don't have a state income tax. I'd be coming to Mississippi. I'd be going to Florida, which Mississippi doesn't. We haven't gotten rid of our state income tax all the way, but it's headed that direction. And hopefully that the next group of elected officials will look for ways to cut the state income tax even more and even quicker. I guarantee those billionaires out in California are looking for ways to get out of California so they don't have to pay that 5% tax. That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable that is the direction of California. Well, I say it's unbelievable like I'm shocked. It is very much believable that that's the direction that they're going. They don't know anything about limited government. They just want to expand government is what they want to do. If you haven't already subscribed or followed our channel, I would encourage you to do so. Just go to the subscribe button, hit subscribe, hit follow. I would encourage you to copy, paste, send these to your friends, and try to get this information out to as many people as you possibly can, because it helps us spread our conservative message. I want to ask you a question, and be honest. Are you looking for ways to get involved? Are you looking for ways to be informed? Are you looking for ways to be the difference? Not just in the political arena, but also in your family, also in your church, also in your neighborhoods. We are to be looking for ways to be the difference in our church. We're to be looking for ways to be the difference in our neighborhood. We're to be looking for ways to be more involved, be more engaged, know what's going on and happening in our country. We need more people that are willing to work hard. Well, I was watching a sermon clip from a gentleman who was preaching about laziness. We have an epidemic of laziness in our country. There are preachers that are lazy. There are workers, people that are lazy. We're raising a lazy generation, people that just want to play all the time. And we need to get back to hard work. It's important. We need to be looking for ways to serve others. We need to look for ways. My question to you is this: are you looking for ways to be the difference, or are you looking for ways to just coast and just take it easy and let our country stay on the fast track to hell that it's on? Or are you looking for ways to be the difference, step in, and try to help? We need more people that are willing to step in and help. If you haven't already followed, I would encourage you to do so. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching God and Country on Freedom Frontline, or wherever it is that you're watching this, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'll keep calling it Twitter, X, YouTube, wherever you're watching this. Thank you. Thank you. If you have questions, comment. Of course, I always encourage people to share as much as possible. Thank you. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the great United States of America.